folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Riley Dixon has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And we are underway on a Monday night. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Met in his tracks behind the line. of scrimmage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Wilson over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Ben Gideon coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a first and 10 at their own 15.
Here we go now.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen off the play action. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Blue 15. 14.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deone Bucannon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Set. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Here's Rosen to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On play action, Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. The speedster, Dante Pettis, back deep to return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the ball is knocked out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught. Humphreys. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit, Detroit.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Leopard, Leopard. Hot, hot, hot.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Green, 39.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go.
And now it's Rosen looking. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be... down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
There he goes inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
3 down. Hot.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right through. And that will make it 6-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On second down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he goes out right around the 39. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, 49ers. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Now here's Succop out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They toss to Freeman. Finding room at the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got it, no, don't do it.
Here. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll look to throw here. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw here. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
380. Look for signals.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On third down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
No, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out now come the Cardinals. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now back to throw. Roberts with it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll set up a throw. Going for it all. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down. That's Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great. But you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And sometimes you have to serve as your own blitz control. And what I mean by that is there are going to be times when guys come free and are going to hit you when you're trying to throw the ball. He stood in there and took it and still completed it for a first down.
Well, yes, running back had vacated the area there, but able to complete it to him, still make a gain out of it.
And I guess that's what we call a safety valve, and it worked pretty well.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson from the gun. He'll throw. He finds Humphreys. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception.
Now pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Ben Gideon in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense,
it's a foot race. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Royce Freeman, 75 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2.
Watch it now, Barney!
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson, flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's a strike. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. They go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Lets it go for Nelson. This is caught inside the 15. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there from 10 yards out. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And his kick is good. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And now look at him go. Past the 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the field goal got him back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hut.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go now.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Cardinals, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.